నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కృష్ణ చైతన్య. సో ఈ రోజు మనతో పాటు ఉన్న టీం ఎవరు అని అంటే, సో నార్మల్గా మనకి సినిమా అవ్వచ్చు, వెబ్ సిరీస్ అవ్వచ్చు, అన్నీ కూడా కంటెంట్ బాగుంటే సూపర్ డూపర్ బ్లాక్ బస్టర్ హిట్స్. సో మనం ట్రైలర్ చూసామా, మనకి సూపర్గా నచ్చిందా, ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఎప్పుడు రిలీజ్ అవుతుంది, ఎప్పుడు చూస్తామనేదే పాయింట్. సో అలా నేను చూసిన వన్ ఆఫ్ ది రీసెంట్ బెస్ట్ అండ్ మాసివ్ ట్రైలర్ వచ్చేసి సుడల్ అనమాట. నాతో పాటు మన తెలుగు ఆడియన్స్ చాలా మంది కనెక్ట్ అయ్యారు. June 17th అమెజాన్ ప్రైమ్ వీడియోలో మన ముందుకు వస్తుంది సుడల్. మరి ఈరోజు నేను అలా టీం కనిపిస్తే అబ్బా దీని గురించి కొన్ని ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగొచ్చు అని అనుకున్నాను. అలా అనుకున్నాను లేదో టీం మొత్తం ఈరోజు మనతో పాటు ఉన్నారు. మరి ఇంకెందుకు ఆలస్యం, వాళ్ళతో మాట్లాడేద్దాం. మరి మన సుడల్ క్రియేటర్స్ పుష్కర్ గారు అండ్ అలాగే గాయత్రి గారు అండ్ డైరెక్టర్స్ బ్రహ్మ గారు అండ్ అలాగే అన్షల్ గారు మనతో పాటు ఉన్నారు. మరి ఇంకెందుకు ఆలస్యం, హియర్ వి గో. హాయ్, హలో, ఎలా ఉన్నారు? ఫుల్లీ ఎనర్జెటిక్ నో? వాట్ వాస్ ద సీక్రెట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఎనర్జీ?
Coffee.
No, right now in Sudal theory.
Sudal mood.
Sudal mood.
No, it's I think the excitement. It started off as a Tamil show. Then when Amazon Prime Video saw the episodes, we sent them a cut and they took a look at it, and everybody in Amazon's team was very, very excited by it, and they said, hey, let's take it all around the world. So now we are dubbing it in 30 plus languages, yes, and subtitled in a whole bunch more. It's releasing in 240 countries and territories. So this is a proper global launch.
And of course it's a global launch.
And another thing is, there's been an overwhelming response for the trailer. So as of yesterday, 50 million views across languages and across platforms. So
yes,
we didn't expect that number.
It's a sensation, a sensational number.
So those numbers and all are difficult to understand. 50 million views.
How many zeros?
In childhood, do you think like that? No,
You'll run out of fingers to count. No, but it has been very exciting, and we've been reading the comments under the YouTube trailer and all that. So one thing which was really exciting was across languages, Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam and Tamil, there has been open appreciation of it, of the dubbing, and they're saying, yes, finally you're releasing it in this language also. So I think that border between the original language of the content and how people are going to receive it, no, I think that line is disappearing. So this might be the way forward from now on.
Maybe. No, it's a creating in like global wise, like trailer was seriously like Bahubali, and after that no comparison. It's a unique face. That's it.
Thank you, Krishna.
No comparison. Basically, generally, like this trailer is relating to like that much, this much, no. But it was a unique face.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, and more than the numbers, I think the expectation from the audience, which we can see from talking to people and stuff like that, no, that is very heartening. So hopefully it lives up to the expectations of people, and people really enjoy the show as such.
And you guys recently went to IAF, IVF.
I-
What was the feeling?
Yeah, that was, again, like a lot of things are happening without any expectation. So that suddenly Amazon PR team called and let's launch it at IFA. Okay, so suddenly they made all the plans and we went to Abu Dhabi, and so we had a varied audience. There so there also the reception was exceptional. So yeah, very, very excited.
Like no, you guys.
And actually Brahma was trying to teach people how to pronounce Sudal. So he was trying to, roll the tongue.
Sudal is very, very unique, and not every language has got it, no? So I was trying to say Sudal. So the name of the show is Sudal. So we are trying to teach the
Tamil.
The Tamil.
Tamil.
Yeah.
కొంచెం తెలియం తమిళ్. నేను మాట్లాడితే మీరు మర్చిపోతారు.
అదే మాకి తెలుగుకి.
You are the trainer for Telugu, no? In your team.
We have Aishwarya Rajesh, who speaks fluent
Sriya.
Telugu.
Yeah.
Parthiban sir, Sriya
Sriya
Reddy.
Reddy.
Sriya Reddy, yeah, she also speaks.
Like little bit of Telugu మొత్తం నేర్చేసుకుంటున్నారు. You are learning, no?
Now we'll know by the end of this interview, I think.
So when we are asking about the energy levels up, for me, I think I'm very excited to have it in Telugu also, because we have been seeing Telugu audience is most brightest audience across the country. Every Friday we have got so many number of films coming up, and audiences enjoying every type of a film. I think Suzhal releasing in Telugu is again definitely a lot of energy for us.
What was the first film in Telugu did you watch?
Maya Bazaar.
Maya Bazaar, seriously?
Yeah, Maya Bazaar.
Actually, I think all of us
Yeah,
have
it's
seen
all of us have seen
childhood
Maya Bazaar in
iconic.
Telugu.
movie.
Yeah, that is
Doordarshan.
evergreen favorite for all of us.
So at that point of time,
Yeah.
in Doordarshan, they used to play these very critically acclaimed films on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So we have seen a lot of them.
Actually, Sankara Baranam.
But at the time, there is no subtitles, right?
You
Not
can
required,
understand.
no
Actually,
subtitles.
speaking is only a problem. Understanding.
Oh.
And the emotions are very high.
So I think that is the key thing. Emotions travel across any language, and especially with great actors, who portray that emotion. Even if you switch off the audio and watch, you can still understand it. You can still understand what's
And after
happening.
10
in the
minutes
scene.
also, we can understand.
Yeah, that's I think the power of cinema. It's the power of storytelling, I guess.
True. అని చరణ్ గారు నా దగ్గరికి వస్తుందా రాదా క్వశ్చన్
No, I'm
Are you
getting.
sleeping?
No, I'm
Okay then fine. So what was your energy
my energy.
at the time of starting Suzhal?
Oh, the collaboration.
Huh.
I really like the team, the energy that they give, the love and affection that they give to the technicians and artists and everyone in the team. That was so infectious, and it just got us working for the project. So
I
that
think
was really
in
exciting.
whole team you are a very serious person.
Actually,
No.
see, we also
Most,
mistook him.
funny person.
First when we met him, we thought he's very quiet, reserved. and all.
Ah.
So this first 10 minutes only, then he'll unleash. The beast will unleash.
Yeah, we slightly got cheated. We thought he was a very serious man.
Quiet and reserved.
10 days after signing, no, he's not a serious man.
Seriously?
So it's like children, no? So first they'll seem like very sweet, quiet, little. Then suddenly that one burst will happen. Who's that
You are
person?
comparing to children, no? After this interview, he went to home. Yeah, I'm a kid. No, it's over.
Or that kind of energy and innocence is there.
Yeah, I'm good.
అంటే ఇప్పటికే ఏమైనా చెప్తారేమో అసలు కొంచెం ఎనర్జెటిక్ గా ఒకసారి హాయ్ చెప్తారు
Hi.
కొంచెం కొట్టేలా ఉన్నారు ఇట్స్ ఓకే సో కమింగ్ టు Suzhal. So what was the main reason behind this story when you are selecting like it's gonna be a good web series we will do?
Actually, it started off in 2014-15 kinds. We started writing it, and at that point, we actually started as a feature film for proper cinema kinds.
Releasing in theaters.
Yeah.
Like that.
But then we realized when we were writing itself that the story, we can't say it in 2 hours, 2.5 hours and all that. Because it was not just about one protagonist, one antagonist, one hero, one villain, one love story, that kinds. Every one of those characters started taking a life as we were writing. So at that point, we took it and kept it aside, put it in one folder in the computer and said, okay, at some point
At that
of time...
time, OTTs had not arrived in India. So that's why we thought we'll put it in a safe.
At the time of 2014.
Yeah, at that time it wasn't. So then, after Amazon Prime Video came in, they approached us and asked us, "Do you have something which you want to do as a web series?" And yes, that one is
Pulled it out of the
there.
attic, pulled out and start writing.
So when we pitched the idea to Amazon, the creative team over there, they immediately said this will be our first Tamil scripted original kinds. So from there, the process started. It took us a long time to write after that also. Almost a year and a half we spent on. Because it's 8 episodes. For 8 episodes, you have to write screenplay and
we are still,
dialogues.
wait, so features, okay, we've kind of figured out how to write. So this is like a new format of writing, like each episode you need to have like beginning and a high, and then end you need to have like one hook which promotes you to watch the next one. So this and you need to have an overall arc. And so that structure itself, we took some time to figure out the structure, and so writing was very exciting and pretty tough also.
Yeah, that's true. And we are very slow. So
You both.
Both of us are extremely slow when we are writing. So it took a long time. Then once we had pitched the final script to Amazon, it was all good, and we brought Brahma and Anucharan in as directors. We really loved their earlier works. Brahma won a national award for his first film, Kutram Kadidal, and one of the most acclaimed films of the last decade was Anucharan's Kirumi. Main thing being their idea of characters, their idea of emotion, their idea of drama was very much in sync with the way we are looking at Suzhal. So that's how they came in. So the idea started from somewhere, and by the time it went to shoot, it had taken up a much bigger form.
You know, by the time it's come to release again, it has
taken another form.
So finally, it is June 17th.
June
Yeah,
17th,
yeah.
it will be
That is
up on Amazon Prime Video. So
Yes.
we are waiting for that.
We are also. So బ్రహ్మ గారు మనం తెలుగులో మాట్లాడుకుందాం.
కొంచెం కొంచెం మాట్లాడతాం.
కొంచెం కొంచెం మాట్లాడతా.
मेरे तेलुगु से तेलुगु को ट्रांसलेट करना चाहिए.
తెలుగులోనే ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేయాలి. ఇప్పటి వరకు నేను ఎప్పుడు చేయలేదు అలాగా. బట్ ఓకే, సో కమింగ్ అంటే ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ స్టార్టింగ్ చెప్పినప్పుడు డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్ టు ఆస్క్ దెమ్ నో అబౌట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్?
So for me, I think for this particular script role, I will have doubts in every line. Meaning, I will have a lot of questions to ask. So it is basically their writing. The writing is like a baby. And when we nurture it as directors into screen, translating it into screen, we need to have all clarifications done before the shoot, because we don't have time to clarify things over the shoot.
Sure.
So the very important thing is we need to have what is their expectation, what is they have conceived. First of all, the script was self-explanatory. And apart from that, to add colors, I was only checking with them whether to have this or that. We were trying to have more conversation. And I think more than a doubt, we wanted to have a same pageness, seamlessness, which is very important for all the 8 episodes to come out, because it shouldn't have so many people have created and so many things standing out here and there. It shouldn't be that. So we all had a lot of discussions, and that discussions actually, if at all someone feels seamless, I'm sure it will be seamless, and it is only because of the discussions that we had.
Okay, and Anucharan garu, it was 10 minutes done, no? You have to change your mood.
No, go on.
It will come out.
It will come out
by itself.
slow by
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, and Anucharan garu, what was the loveliest thing do you feel in this studio?
Loveliest thing. Again,
In
the
the
love
whole
and
script.
affection. Sorry?
In the whole script.
Oh, script. Script, I feel the love portion was very lovely. There is actually, again, to sum it up.
Tell me about your love stories, no?
That is
About his love
very
story.
important.
Then it is suddenly.
And interestingly, it has got something to do with Pushkar Gayatri also.
No.
Hey, it's okay.
only for
It's okay. All our Telugu audience, no? You can tell.
మీరు యూట్యూబ్ అక్కడే
వస్తుందంటారా?
No, but again, coming back to Suzhal, there is.
And after the Suzhal, we can talk.
Yeah, okay.
Ah.
There is a very, very good love story, which is actually lovely. First time when I read it, I wanted to do it. So it was such a lovely portion, and there are so many perspectives that adds to the love portion. And again, in Suzhal, we have so many. There's drama, there's action sequences, there's rituals that we have not seen before. The festival that you see in trailer, we have not. We are from Tamil Nadu, but still we have not seen or heard about it. It's very unpopular, not commercial festival. So learning about it was a lovely experience for us. We had to go see and do research. And recreate all that was strenuous, but it was also exciting, because since we were exciting, I'm hoping that the audience will also be excited to watch.
That's good. That's really nice and true. So, what about love story?
Some other day.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I think after 4 years, no? Next to Suzhal part season 2.
Yeah, then
Maybe you'll see it in some film.
You will have more love stories there.
In between gap.
Yeah.
మొత్తానికి
Maybe you'll see it in some film, I don't know. So I'm just holding it back.
So anyways.
Story leak చేద్దాం.
Okay. So we'll ready a history about Anucharan and his love story. Yeah, and guys, seriously, I'm a fan of Vikram Veda, first of all.
Thank
So it's a
you.
sensational hit. And in this story, rituals and goddess like that, no? What was the connection? And when you are writing a story, so these are relating to a normal story, a normal lives. So what was the connection? Did you
So
feel?
there is this festival which happens. We have set the story in this one fictional town called Sambalur, and in that town there's a festival which happens. So the festival happens for between 8 to 13 days in real life. So roughly each episode is one day of that festival,
Okay.
and every festival has one mythology behind it. No, there'll be one story why we celebrate that festival. So what we have done is taken that mythology and used it as a metaphor for the present story. So there will be connection between that story on which that festival is based and the plot which is happening in Suzhal. So we like playing around with those themes where our mythological stories have a connection to modern, to contemporary life. And thing is, it's as soon as you do that, no, the connection with your normal people becomes higher, because all of us have heard these kind of stories as we were growing up, heard these mythologies and all that, and when we give a new interpretation of that, I think that will connect with a lot of people. So
True. And in recent days, it was a new and unique story, because love story and drama, comedy, these are all common in nowadays. But rituals and goddess, it's like give some.
So that is one part of it. See, so primarily, Suzhal is an investigative thriller. So there is a crime which happens in a small town, and because of that crime, what happens to everybody around it, the social drama part of it, that is what adds layers. Then you bring in this idea of like, how is this story and the mythological story connected? How do they reflect upon each other? How do they mirror upon each other is another layer in the story. So generally in OTT space, we are looking at something which is cinematic television. So it needs to have that experience of like when you go to a theater and watch, it's like having a full meals, no? So when you watch this show also, you should have that experience. It is not a small show with two people in across the hall from each other and a small love story or anything. This is a big drama. Suzhal is a big drama.
Like, our favorite thing in Chennai to do is, when we are upset or happy or just bored, we go and have one full Andhra meals. I mean, that is like seriously one of our favorite things, like lot of rice and like lot of spicy curries. So it is like that. So that is like,
all emotions.
Yeah, all emotions. And so that is something we enjoy. So we don't want, see, like a fast food or something is like, okay, so watching a thing on your phone or like, when you're waiting, when you're commuting, just to time pass, you will be. So here, what we wish for people to do is make a date with their television, sit at home and watch the show. Because visually as well as audio-wise, we've created that cinematic effect. And the story and the emotions are all large. So we're hoping that will happen.
100%. And is there any options for title in pre-production work? No.
Title actually, somehow this title settled when we started
Very
writing.
early itself,
only.
when we started writing.
No
itself.
other option, no working title and all. Somehow Suzhal means the vortex, so it's like it like goes down in a spiral. So that actually connects well with the story, how it goes and how that whole town, which seems very idyllic and very nice at the outset, and how this little crime kind of tears the social fabric of the whole town. So Suzhal is actually very close to what the show is about. So yeah,
I think I think already it's connected to your hearts wholly.
Yeah. No, we've been working on this for a long time. So there's we really like this project. So
It's like
very,
your
very
heart
attached to it. Yeah.
right now. Yeah, and Brahma garu. So shots avvachu, scene avvachu, some typical shots and typical scenes ఉంటాయి కొంచెం sets లో. That was very memorable scenes and shots. So అలా మీకు బాగా కొంచెం typical shots అనిపించింది, scenes అనిపించింది when you are directing?
See, for a director, I think every shot is memorable.
Yeah.
We can recreate every shot now if I'm given a chance. So that is the detail of memory I have for the shots I have taken. I love every shots, but I would say the very memorable and the fun.
Some typical
thing is we shot a festival. We shot a festival for say 3-4 days together, and thousands of people were involved in it, and that was real festival for our own sense. And interestingly, it all happened from evening 6 to morning 6, and that was like kind of fun, overnight fun that we had over the shoot. And it was like wherever you turn, you will see people, colors, you'll see cultural rituals happening here and there, dance, music. Just imagine, that is how, if at all, that kind of a thing to be shot. I don't think I'm not seeing that early now, in the following days. So that was really memorable moment. I would, if at all given a chance, I would stay there in that life. Those 3-4 days.
Oh, it was tough time.
It was, but
it's a high budget.
but it was real fun. I'm sure the audience who are watching it also will definitely have that fun. That fun is there because just a lot of people with so much of excitement, enthusiasm, and highness also.
But there is many tensions, lot of people, lot of things.
The tension was less because the team was really good. Thanks to the production, the team was really good, well organized, and also skillful to handle these things. And thanks to Amazon team also. Just imagine during shooting all this in the COVID times, and to test all these thousands of people and have their this COVID negativity cleared, and that is very, very important. And this production, if it wasn't that kind of a production, it is not possible.
100%.
Yeah.
No, production support is much.
Yes, very much.
So Anucharan garu, so it's like very important question. You have to answer it. Okay. So in whole team, in whole shoot, okay. So ఎవరికి తెలియకుండా ఏదైనా సీక్రెట్ గా nobody can know. There is no chance to know.
That's a very hard question.
No, it's a very easy question.
Secret, that happened
In shoot, personally or professionally, something, no? But at the time of Suzhal.
If it's a secret, it should remain a secret, I guess.
No, everything was transparent. I think everybody.
Audience are very closest to know.
No, there's no secret actually. Actually, it was very transparent.
Okay. Can I go?
No, honestly, there is no secret.
Honestly is a lie, no?
No, there is no secret too. No.
And you're an open book to them.
Yeah.
I have some
Only to my
secrets,
team.
but it's about him. So if he approves, I can tell.
No.
Seriously?
That is only for my team, exclusive.
No, please give me approval.
Yeah, no.
It's okay.
It's just for fun. Let it remain the secret.
Okay. And if ఒకవేళ ఏదైనా ఒక రోజు ఛాన్స్ వచ్చి, if you have a chance to go back to shoot at the time, so what was the day you select?
Go back to the day. Again, your festival was actually very energetic. There are really good sequences. See, there was a sequence that we shot in Quarry. So first time we had to, it is actually a police procedural. I cannot go on specifics, but that was extremely challenging because to shoot in water was something I had personally not done before. And you normally underestimate the water's power because you cannot control what's happening. You have to make a boat stand in one spot. It is easy to imagine, but to execute it takes a lot more effort. You have to do so many things just to take a very small shot. But the sequence that was written was extremely good. I actually, when I read the whole script, that sequence for me stood out because both as execution, both as visual presentation, and the police procedure, everything was interesting. And to pull it off was something very hard to do, but we pulled it off in a really nice way, and I'm actually very proud of that particular sequence. Apart from the festival sequence, like that is second best for me.
So you want to add this underwater sequence also?
Yeah, underwater is
That was
also
also,
fun.
when you are
Yeah,
saying that,
because
what
there are some underwater sequences. We had to like create a visual seamlessness to what we shot in Quarry, and we had to do the same thing here. It was tough as well. Thanks to the technicians who worked underwater. They were
And that was
specialists.
the
Some
last
toughest
day of
scenes
shoot.
in-
Last day.
We
That
kept it
underwater
as the
sequence.
last day for shoot, and we pulled it off. So those are some really
and
good
that
sequences.
happens to be the very important moment of the whole show. So it was real good experience for all of us.
Yeah.
And if you get a chance to act in underwater scenes, is no
Act.
act.
Okay.
Are you
We
ready
put the
to act?
camera underwater and actors underwater. Directors are outside the
Sitting
monitor.
on
It's safe to sit in the monitor.
if you get a chance to
Okay.
act,
Yeah, I liked.
ఎందుకు కంప్లీటెడ్ నో దట్స్ రైట్
Sorry?
అంటే కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది కదా సో అందుకే ఆల్రెడీ
Okay,
షూట్ వాస్ కంప్లీటెడ్ సో దట్స్ వై యు ఆర్
Just
టెల్లింగ్
because it's
రైట్
completed.
Next time we'll write something
Season
underwater.
two.
Yeah,
Poem,
Season 2, he should be one of the important characters.
The whole investigation happens underwater only.
ఓకే అండ్ మీరు మంచి డాన్సరా
No. I can, but they have to only say because
Yeah,
I-
నో
He's a
ఆఫ్టర్
very
ద
good
ఇంటర్వ్యూ
dancer.
వి హావ్ ఇట్ సమ్ ఛాలెంజ్
Ayyo.
Yeah, he's a very good dancer.
బ్రహ్మ
He dances not during the parties. During the parties, he is a dancer. He is
మీరు
మాకు
Super dancer.
ఏం వదిలేదు.
He's actually a mime champion. No, seriously. He is a mime champion, a national champion
నెయ్యి అది
in college days.
కాలేజ్ డేస్లోది కాలేజ్ డేస్ అయిపోయింది.
జస్ట్ శాంపిల్ నో రైట్ నో
కాలేజ్ డేస్ అయిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు కెమెరాకు బ్యాక్ సైడ్ లో ఉన్నాను.
హిడెన్ టాలెంట్
ఇంటర్వ్యూ తీస్తారు.
ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఇస్తారు Okay, మీకోసమే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఒక ఛాలెంజ్ తీసుకుందాం ఓకేనా మీ 4 members లో వి హావ్ వన్ ఛాలెంజ్ నాట్ ఫర్ మీ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ యూ గైస్
Coach.
అంటే నేను తెలుగులో మాట్లాడేస్తాను కదా అందుకే సో 2 minutes continuously you guys 4 people no tell me a story to me in 2 minutes just a little bit something
Tell the story. We
2
write
minutes,
scripts for
right?
2 years, 3 years. If you could tell story in 2
not
minutes,
like a film script no just for something right
if
now
we
Yeah.
had that skill, I know
We'll be
to
doing
draw.
more films.
We'll be doing way more films.
This is harder than the shoot, I think.
Sorry, ma'am. We'll take last question and close it. The time is up.
Done, yeah
Yeah.
நீங்க வந்துட்டு அதுவும் இவர்கிட்ட நல்ல மாதிரி இருந்துக்கோங்க
ஆமா, பிரம்மா என்ன mood ல இருக்காருன்னு
டான்ஸ் வச்சு சந்தோஷமா ஆடுவார்.
சும்மா அதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் கிடையாது.
அவர் பத்தி
ready and in trailer RR was killing seriously so I love the RR ఒక్కొక్కటి goose bumps వచ్చేస్తాయి అసలు so like
How did
Our
that
music director, Sam Sears, he's done a bunch of Telugu films also. He did for us in Vikram Ved also. He read the script before we started shoot or before we started, and he started composing even before we started shoot. So even during shoot, they'll have some music bits for them to get into the mood of the shoot and all. He's relentless, and for the trailer also looking for something, and so Keber Vasuki wrote the writing, the poetry, and so poetry was nice, and Sam said it to this music, and like suddenly the poetry was a little serious. It had one mass value as soon as Sam got into it.
Yeah, Sam gets the mood of the show really well. So in the series also you must see the music which he's done. There are 5 songs and some 7 or 8 theme tracks. All that is also out online, will be out online. The original soundtrack will be out online. The amount of work Sam has done on it, we recorded with the full orchestra in Macedonia. The Macedonian orchestra, so full strings, 180-piece orchestra we recorded with. So the music in the show is very grand. Generally with OTT shows, what we see is that music and all will be very little. It will be like keyboard, because it's a question of budgets more than anything else. And we have Sam who's doing the music. So Sam is really good with building tension, building suspense, giving that goosebump feeling in the music. And Sam has gone all out in this. So you will have a rich musical experience when you see the show.
And of course, and I'm eagerly waiting for Suzhal. And in trailer, there are some sequences which was done around 1,000 people. No?
Right.
So, ela anipinchindi and
So this happened just after the first lockdown. Once they started allowing shootings to happen in Chennai, so we had to do it right in that gap. So we finished that sequence, and about 3 weeks later, the second wave started coming. So we just about managed to finish shooting it without any incident, and our protocol and all was very strong. Every one of those 1,500 people, 2,000 people, cast and crew together were tested. We had insurance for them. There was checking. So from a production standpoint, it was a big logistical setup. We had different entrances for different groups of people to come in, and Brahma and Anu controlled the whole sequence.
And what they were talking about having most fun, no? It's a nightmare. And it's a nightmare. So I'm happy that they still want to do it again.
Yes, no doubt.
So yeah, that was the second last thing we shot actually. We had finished shooting everything else. We knew the big sequence, we'll have to wait till the end to shoot it. And during that shoot, we had folk instrument players like drums and trumpets and all that over there. So it was literally like a frenzy over there. It was like a party. So that much music was happening over there.
People were getting possessed. Like on shoot, no? So they were actually... I don't know what you call it in Telugu. The Sami Erangiro.
Swami Poninattu antaru.
So that was happening. It was magical.
But seriously, it was a lovely interview, and
Thank
we are
you.
all eagerly waiting for June 17th for Suzhal web series, and all the best.
Thank you.
So it's gonna be a sensational and blockbuster web series,
Thank
and already
you,
it's
thank
proved.
you.
So thank you and all the best.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Krishna.
Bye. Bye.
సో చూసారు కదండి, మొత్తానికి జూన్ 17th సుడల్ వెబ్ సిరీస్ రిలీజ్ అవుతుంది అమెజాన్ ప్రైమ్ వీడియోలో. తప్పకుండా వాచ్ చేయండి, మీ అందరికీ బాగా నచ్చుతుంది. అండ్ ఇంకొక ఫ్యాంటాస్టిక్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ అండ్ అమేజింగ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూతో మళ్ళీ కలుద్దాం. అంతవరకు మా ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ని ఫాలో అవుతుండండి. నేను మీ కృష్ణ చైతన్య.